Hi again everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So yesterday the company with many names, Vinco Ventures aka Zash or ticker symbol BBIG or BBIG, has again fired back to life after months of decline. BBIG stock closed the session 54 cents higher at $2.88 or an impressive 23% higher on the day. There was no official catalyst for this rise in the form of company news, but it would appear that there is growing hype around the final arrival of the Cryptyde spin-off, a cryptocurrency centered business that will be focused on strategic acquisitions listed under the ticker symbol TYDE or TYDE, and there was potentially some renewed interest in what was once a very popular short squeeze candidate. So this Cryptyde dividend spin-off has been delayed several times by Vinco Ventures, and generally not much has been released on the company. There was a Form 10 filing in November that suggested the ratio of TYDE shares was to be paid at 1 for every 10 BBIG shares owned. However, given the 60-day life of a Form 10 filing and the fact that nothing else has been said by BBIG, nor have I received a new stock in my portfolio, this notice may have lapsed, if that is actually possible. I'm not really sure if that can happen. If you do know more about that, let me know please. One thing that has occurred, however, is that the TYDE ticker symbol is beginning to appear on stock indexes, however with no information following. So you would have to feel that something is coming soon. And what is getting punters even more excited about Cryptyde is that there is now a website that is active. In true Vinco Ventures fashion, not much has been revealed other than it is coming soon and you can receive an email update when they plan to launch. So from what I can gather, this hype around Cryptyde being closer to being launched and the recent softening position from the Fed is what has whipped up the trading frenzy in BBIG lately. Whether TYDE launches today, tomorrow or next year is still very much in the dark, as is the way with this whole company saga. It does seem things are getting closer and perhaps something more official is going to come out either from Cryptyde or BBIG. We will have to wait and see though. In terms of what yesterday looked like, if we look at the hourly chart, we can see that there were two main pushes for the stock in the first and final 2 hours of trade, which allowed the stock to climb back to the highest the stock has been since before Christmas. The reversal of fortunes for BBIG does correlate with a general, at least temporary reversal in broader market sentiment following Tuesday's softer tones around interest rates from J Powell. Also looking at the chart, we can see that there was a lot of momentum for BBIG, with the stock breaking the upper limit of the Bollinger Bands several times in the session and finishing in oversold territory in the RSI. Notably, the stock did pull above the 20-day, 50-day and 100-day moving averages during yesterday's trade. This would generally suggest some moderating could be on the cards for the stock during Thursday's trade. However, it looks like there could very well be an extension of the rally into Thursday's trade, at least at the start of the day. Is that the momentum of the rally was very much in the final hour of the trade, which saw more than 15 million shares exchanging hands in that single hour alone, an appetite to buy the stock that has not been seen for some time. And furthermore, the stock did see a continued climb in the aftermarket session, gaining a further 5 cents. So seeing a continuation of this rally will not be at all surprising to me when Thursday's session begins. Now, if Wednesday's rally was actually an attempt to reignite what was once one of the hottest short squeeze candidates in 2021, it is probably worth having a look at some of the shorts data. So BBIG was once ranked the top short squeeze by Fintel. However, it now finds itself at a much lower 161st rank on their system following yesterday's trade. At 4.03 average days to cover and a low borrow fee, it definitely is not a high stakes situation like we saw back in September and October in 2021. However, what was quite interesting is that at the start of the week, the percentage of the float shorted was close to 30%. So it would seem that some of the shorts positions did take an opportunity to cover yesterday while the prices were still relatively low. So coming from 29% to 22% is a significant revision, perhaps a sign that many who were short on BBIG believe it has hit its bottom and perhaps are sensing the next wave of hype for the stock as rumblings around Cryptyde again is growing louder. The last thing I want to cover on BBIG is a particularly strong FUD article on the stock from Investor Place, contributor Will Ashworth. To summarize, he basically sees the company as having no direction and that their business decisions make no sense, hence why he thinks it is a stock that is going nowhere. I will link the full article in the video description, but I suppose it is painting an extreme negative case against the company. I find the contributors' comments to lack any real vision or understanding of the potential that BBIG has as a company. The series of ventures and activities that BBIG and soon to be TYDE spin-off are focusing on are very much focused on activities that will be big areas of the fast developing metaverse, aka social media, advertising, NFTs, and crypto activities. These will all have a big place in that future landscape. And the more I look at how BBIG is setting up, the more I think this is where the company is actually heading longer term. It may take time to gain traction, but if they can stick it out, they really could be a big deal in that space. I also found it interesting that a writer of this Hatchet piece didn't disclose any or no interest in the stock in a formal way. Perhaps that they are part of the 22% of the short holdings in this company. I don't know, it just seemed like a very skewed article. Anyway, I personally believe that Vinco Ventures is potentially worth a lot more than it is currently trading. If we do see a continuation of the rally through to the end of the week with decent momentum, I think next week there may be much stronger rumblings around BBIG, again being one of the top short squeeze efforts. I suppose one thing we are learning from this company is that their approach of keeping things quiet, while at least appearing to be doing a lot, elicits two types of beliefs. Either they are onto something big, or they are merely a phantom act. I guess time will tell. So what are your opinions on BBIG? Is the rally going to extend into the remainder of the week? Do you know much more about when the TYDE spin-off is actually occurring? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you would like me to put together a video on another stock, drop a ticker symbol in the comments and I will see what I can do. Thanks for watching everyone. Until next time, may the markets trade in your favour. Cheers.